I think the point, the part of your book that has people most upset thus far, which is some of your writing about the decision around the president abandoning his reelection campaign, the timing there and how it's handled. You say in part, page 46, it's Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that like a mantra, as if we'd all been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been.
This a little long, but y'all get to the point.
An individual's ambition. It should have been more than a personal decision. Whose decision should that have been? How should that decision have been made?
Great question.
It should have been made at the DNC.
DNC had already passed, right? No.
This was prior to the DNC. That was the whole point. Like when we go back, remember I said I had said Joe Biden needed to drop out and was going to drop out before this hit anywhere. I'm probably one of the first people on record that was discussing that, saying like, hey, he needs to drop out and they need to go into the DNC. And I forget what they call it when they're trying to select who they want to run or whatever. But it was like, yo, he should have bowed out. You let 3 or 4 candidates put their hats in the ring, and then you select them at the DNC and you take that momentum into the election. But nobody wanted to do that because everybody wanted to do what the fuck they wanted to do.
True. Now, the funny part about this part, and I ain't gonna play the whole video. She said she wanted Pete as a running mate. Pete Buttigieg. What they call him? Uncle Pete? They call him something else. What was he before? Was he a senator?
No, man. I think Pete was a mayor.
Yeah, Mayor Pete. That's what they used to call him. For those who do not know, Mayor Pete is young. He's white, but he's gay. Mm-hmm. And this country, and I ain't even gonna say what side, what race. I just don't think this country is ready for somebody gay to run. I don't even think they ready for a woman to run. But whatever, we ain't.
Well, I mean, we don't have to guess whether or not this country is ready for a woman to run. We've ran too, and they've lost against one of the worst candidates of all time.
Yeah,
twice.
So, my thing is, I'm gonna put my feet where Pete's may be right now. If I'm him, I'm doing what you remember when Shannon Sharp called out Jay-Z when he was talking you remember you called that out. Shannon got accused, right? And he was like, this is the same guy who was suing Jay-Z and his thing. And you came on here and you said, why the hell did he have to mention Jay-Z?
Yeah, don't mention my name in your mess. Bro.
I know Mayor Pete is like, yo, way to throw mud on my name and I ain't got nothing to do with it. You just bring in unnecessary attention. So her thing was, hey, I wanted this man as my running mate, but he was gay. And I knew that we had too much, how would you call it? Too much mixing and too much mingling for to add a gay guy to this mix.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I mean, for Kamala, I forget the correct Indian pronunciation of that. But for whatever Miss Harris, VP Harris, like for whatever she has to say about Pete, right? For her to say, you know what? A gay man is too much for America right now, but for her to not recognize that a racially ambiguous woman married to a non-Anglo white has no children of her own, doesn't really have a racial position on her own. For her to say that's just right, though, right? Gay white male from the Midwest, too much. But for all of this on this side to say, nah, America gonna rock with that, right? It shows how much everybody in that room did not care about winning the election. Everybody was hoping to win. Everybody was wishing they could win, but nobody had a strategy to win because everybody would have known, like, if they didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, they not voting for you. They not voting for you. And I get people like to say like, oh, she had the numbers and people came out to vote. Like, people came out to vote just because people like, hey, I'm a likely voter and I typically vote Democrat, or I'm a likely voter and that's how Trump got votes, in 2016, right? How many Republicans were on his side? They're on his side now because they understand symbolic violence. But how many people was on his side in 2016?
My thing is,
people didn't even admit they voted for him in 2016.
No. What? No.
He just won. Like you couldn't find anybody that voted for him on November 5th, 2016.
Bro.
It was just like everybody just went in the booth. Everybody came out
and went back home.
And he was the president.
My thing is, I've always been on the side of Yo, I didn't think she could win. Oh my gosh. I don't know who called me from Greensboro, but you got dubbed. I didn't think she could win, but I didn't think they could pick anybody else.
They could definitely pick. They did not have to pick out. I think Joe Biden was pissed off, and I think he just threw it out to the press. I don't think he ran it by anybody. I think it was him and his wife. And because I mean, once something comes from the presidential desk, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. So you don't need any approval. And I think once it had legs, that everybody that was on the DNC side was just like,
we got to now.
Fuck. What do we do?
Well, I definitely think he sabotaged.
Yeah, like nobody chose. Kamala was the first person out in the 2020 primaries, right? She's so when the people who like you the most gets to choose the people they're going to vote for, you were the first out. That's like playing a game of pickup basketball, right? And you're picked fifth, right?
Yeah.
So that means you're the worst player, right? That's what it means. You're the worst player, right? When you get kicked out of the DNC first, you're the worst player. Now imagine you building the team and you have great guys who can play, right? And then that person is chosen first, right?
So in my alternative theory, because what you're saying makes 100% correct, and I could definitely 100% see it happen. I could see everybody in the room, looking around like, what do we do? Gavin Newsom isn't ready just yet. But you could throw him out and win. You possibly could have won with him, but he's not ready. But what they said, nobody has ever won higher up, so high if you from California and you the governor there. But I mean, if you got...
Ronald Reagan won.
You saw how that went.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you could get there. The thing is that Kamala wasn't likable, right? She wasn't the person that could make people in the middle on the right vote for her.
No, yeah. So my alternative theory, everybody's in the room and they saying, hey, here's the names that we should throw out. I think she put her dick on the table and said, y'all are not about to skip me. And I think what happens in that situation is everything is optics. When you get out there, you got to figure out how we spinning this. When shit goes wrong, there's literally jobs. If you go to any major corporation, there's a crisis like management job that when shit goes wrong, your only job is how do we spin this? How do we get out of this? How do we make this look better?
I think she knew nobody on the DNC side want her. I do believe that. I don't think she's oblivious. I think she's a very, very intelligent woman.
But I think
she wanted to be the president.
And so how do you get there?
Well,
you can't skip me.
Yeah, no, I think with the whole idea between Joe and Jill, I think they looked over there and they were like, hey, they don't want you to be president. Don't you let them choose who the next president is going to be.
And so
you choose it.
And some of that
and if she gets elected, everyone knew she wasn't going to get elected. But if she gets elected, right, you would be the guy that did it, right? Your legacy would be forever cemented.
Yeah. Well, I think, so my thing is, you put your dick on the table and you know what you tell them? Hey, you know what you're going to tell women, people of color, and just hierarchy. Yo, it don't matter.
But here's the thing though. If you love the country, you say, no, I'll be the VP for the next person. We need to win.
Well,
we need you gotta want to win. And this is the thing. Everybody in hindsight is like, well, if she would have did this, she would have won. Oh, one of our friends in group chat, she was 300,000 votes in 11 states of winning. It's like, yeah, and if your aunt had nuts, she would be your uncle, right? Like when we went and watched, I'm wearing a Gamecock t-shirt today. When we went down there, and the season is terrible, right? Speaking of wishing and hopeful, when we went down there that 0-11 year, I think we went to all the home games that year, right? Let me be honest, man. We knew we was terrible, right? We knew we weren't winning any games, right? But you know why we showed up every week? But outside of the brotherhood, right? Is that we was hoping, we win. We knew we was terrible though.
Hey, Sellers should have went to Miami. But we get that. We're going to get to y'all loss. ALC running for Congress?
I think she should. I'm for that. Yeah, I think she should. She should not run for president. Look, Congress have always needed, in the Senate, you've always had, like 2 or 3 extreme far right senators, and you would have 2 or 3 far left senators, and they balance each other out. I'm not anti far left or far right. I'm not either, but I'm not really, because I need to hear the ridiculousn's that I would never think of. Yeah. I need to hear it. Like, that's where it comes from. So her running for Congress, her running for United States Senator, I think she should. Mm-hmm. And real talk, I hope she wins.
Me too. I love that red lipstick.
But does she need to be president of the United States? No. Can we stop running this skit? This country has clearly decided what optics we're comfortable with when it comes to the presidency. We've decided, all right? Stop trying to make it anything else, all right?
We won't.
It is the UPS brown van. Like, if UPS ever changed their vans from brown to silver, I think their numbers would drop, right?
Facts.
So it's like, yo, that UPS, that's what they're stuck with.
Yeah.
In this country, when it comes to the executive branch, we have decided that there's a aesthetic that we want. Let's just make sure that they're the smartest people in the room moving forward. Good luck in the next election, though, because I don't know if they're going to happen.
Well, that's another thing. Let's get into Young.